All right, and let me bring in the election strategies here. George Ajjan joins us from Beirut in Lebanon. Georgia, from where you sit, I would like to get your thoughts on the type of campaign we've seen both parties run so far, and what are your possible outcomes that you're looking at for today?
Of course, given the pandemic situation, it was an unusual campaign, and that has played to the disadvantage of the president because he likes to be out there at his rallies and whipping up support. I think what this election will largely hinge on is whether the Biden campaign has in fact corrected the mistakes of the Clinton campaign. Let's go back and remember that Donald Trump didn't win anything in 2016 that Hillary Clinton didn't already lose by running a very negligent and arrogant campaign. She just was absent from key swing states like Wisconsin and Michigan, which the president won, and that's what brought him to the Oval Office. His track record hasn't been able to come through. What he would have liked to have run on was this Keep America Great, presuming that he already made America great again, which is what he promised in 2016. The trouble with that is that with the pandemic, lots of people out of work, the economy at a standstill, that has been really taken the wind out of his sails. So that has given momentum to Joe Biden. I agree with what Wally said. It looks like there's tremendous enthusiasm against the president. But with this unprecedented situation of mail-in ballots, we could be potentially in for a surprise in some of those swing states.
All right, Georgia, looking at the post-election environment after today, I would like to get your best and worst case scenarios here.
Well, with respect to the whole violence issue, I mean, I think this has been a crazy 4 years. In 2020, there's no shortage of people lamenting the series of events that have happened in 2020. But I don't think we're headed for a Cote d'Ivoire situation, as you just mentioned, or a Guinea-Conakry situation in the United States just yet. So we can probably be thankful for that. I think this idea of violence after the election will largely depend on how close it is. If we're looking at a situation like we had in Florida 20 years ago, where there's a handful of votes that determine the entire presidency, then all bets are off. There may be people who want to escalate that. But if it looks pretty decisive that one candidate or the other has lost, then I would expect that the infrastructure of each of the parties would not allow that to happen. Don't forget that in the United States, the law enforcement is run at the local level. It's not the army or the FBI that's going to be controlling people who become unruly at polling stations or try to incite violence. That's going to be the job of local police, and communities still care about their local communities. I don't foresee anything dramatic happening, frankly.